Have you ever felt like you're drowning in project data? You've got tables and spreadsheets for days, but when it comes to clear answers, nothing. Well, today, that all changes. We're going to dive into how the charting features in the Time and Status app can turn that workflow chaos into crystal clear visuals, giving you insights you can actually use.
So here's the plan. First, we're going to tackle that data overload. Then, we'll get into visualizing the big picture and uncovering the secret structures hiding in your workflow. After that, the really cool part, we're shifting from just reporting on what happened to actually forecasting what's going to happen. And finally, we'll make sure everyone on the team can see these amazing insights.
All right, first things first, let's tame that data overload. We have all been there, right? Staring at a massive table of numbers that just makes your eyes glaze over. It's a huge problem for so many teams, but luckily, it's a problem with a very visual solution.
I just love this quote because it hits the nail on the head. Your data scrolls on and on, just like the end credits of a sci-fi epic. You know there's important stuff in there, but good luck finding it. It's all noise and no signal. You just don't know what to focus on.
And this, my friends, is where visualization becomes your superpower. Charts and graphs are designed to cut right through that noise. They take all that complexity and make it simple, helping you spot the patterns, the wins, and of course, the bottlenecks almost instantly. They turn that endless scroll into a clear story.
So we get it, visuals are the way to go. But which one do you pick? There are so many options. In this section, we're going to look at how to choose the perfect chart to answer those big, fundamental questions about your workflow.
This is really the key question you need to ask. Every dataset has a story inside it. Is it a story about how different parts make up a whole? Or maybe it's a story about how things are changing over time. The story you're trying to tell will point you directly to the right chart for the job.
So let's start with the two most common heroes of the charting world. The pie chart is your go-to when you need to see proportions. Think, what percentage of our time is spent in coding versus testing? It shows you the slices of the whole pie. But if you want to compare different things side by side, like the time spent on bugs versus new features, the column chart is your best friend.
This little table lays it all out. We've talked about pie and column charts, but check out the area chart. This one is awesome for showing how things add up over time. You could use it to see the cumulative number of tickets closed each month, giving you this really clear picture of your team's momentum.
Now, those basic charts are fantastic, but what happens when your workflow is, well, a little messy, a little complicated? Let's talk about that. Sometimes, to see the real story, you need to group things together, and that's where status groups are a total game changer.
Here's a classic problem, right? Your review phase isn't just one step. It's peer review, QA testing, design approval, a whole bunch of different statuses. So how do you measure the total time spent in review as a whole? Try to add all that up manually is a nightmare.
Well, the solution is beautifully simple. You just head over to the Status Group Manager, create a new group, call it something logical like Review Phase, and then you just check the boxes for all the little statuses that belong in that bigger category. That's it. It takes seconds.
And look at the result. Instantly, your chart goes from a cluttered mass of tiny slices to something clean and powerful. Now you can see the real big picture, how much time is spent in the major phases of your work, like to do, in progress, and done. So much more insightful.
Okay, but what if you want to see both the big picture and the details at the same time? For that, you've got the Sunburst chart. Think of it like a pie chart with layers. The inner ring shows your main groups, like in progress, and the outer ring breaks that down into the individual statuses within it. It's the best of both worlds.
All right, hang on to your hats because this is where things get really, really cool. We've mastered looking at the past. Now let's use that same data to peer into the future.
We can all laugh because we've been there, right? Just guessing, hoping a project stays on track. But this quote is so right. We can stop guessing. We can stop relying on luck. We have something way better, data and analytics.
Now, don't let the scary-looking formula fool you. This is your crystal ball. The app does all the heavy math for you. It looks at your past data and draws a line, a trend line, showing where things are headed. The only thing you really need to know is that R-squared value. Think of it as a confidence score. The closer it is to 1, the more reliable your forecast is. And using it is super easy. The chart literally draws the trend line for you. You can just look at the chart and see where your time in status is projected to be next month or the month after. It's a visual forecast. You can see the future of your workflow at a glance.
Let's make this real. For
For this project, based on how things are going, the data predicts that the total time and status in the 5th month will explode to over 5,800 days. That's not a guess. That's a data-driven warning sign. Getting this information now means you have time to figure out what's going on and fix it before it happens.
I mean, think about the possibilities here. This is a complete game changer. You can predict bottlenecks before they choke your workflow. You can actually see if your process improvements are working. You can go to your boss with data to justify hiring more people. This is how you stop putting out fires and start preventing them.
So we've dug up some absolute gold. But these amazing insights aren't going to do much good if they're hidden away in some report nobody ever looks at. So for our last step, let's bring them out into the light for everyone to see.
I couldn't have said it better myself. A report that isn't seen might as well not exist. It's just a digital paperweight. The real goal is to get these key metrics in front of the team every single day, and the perfect place for that is the Jira dashboard.
And you can do this super easily with something called a gadget. Think of it as a little live window on your dashboard. You just go to your dashboard, click Add Gadget, search for the Time and Status app, and then you can set it up to show the exact chart you want everyone to see. It takes about a minute.
And just like that, the puzzle is complete. Now your team's most important metrics aren't buried in a report. They're right there, front and center. When everyone sees the same data, everyone is on the same page. It completely changes the conversation.
So, there you have it. We've gone from messy, confusing tables all the way to predictive trend lines that show you the future. We've seen how to turn raw data into your most valuable ally. Your data is talking. It's telling you a story about what's coming. The only question is, are you listening?